So last class we are talking about the transport layer services. That we talked about flow control and what is transport layer, from where to which layer it gives the service and from which layer it takes the service, and what are the things in the transport layer it will be doing, and what are the protocols we use. Mainly we use TCP and UDP, which are based on the application layer process what we are using. Uh, how it will be, which protocol, either TCP or UDP can be used. And one more thing we go through that is process to process communication is very important in transport layer. The transport layer is mainly in order to communicate process to process. When it comes to network layer, it is host to host. Host to host on the one device in the in-on device. On one device in the in-on device, the IP address used, it will be communicating to the destination. From source to destination, from host to host, it will be communicating. But in the transport layer, from process to process means a running program. For example, email. I want to send a mail, so I will open the email process. That is a one process, what we call in a web browser. It is a one process. Uh, there, when it will be reaching to the destination, particular email only. It will not reach to any other websites or any other file transfer protocols or any other software. It will reach only to the email, electronic mail transfer. So that is one process. So by using an address, that is user address, what we call email address, we are going to communicate process to process. Similar way, file transfer protocol. So FTP, what we call. So we want to transfer some set of file that from one system to the other system. It will be transferred to the internet by communicating between the source and destination. Process, that is file transfer protocol process application layer. That is what we call process to process. That is what the service is, main service provided by the transport layer is process to process. Along with that, we'll be having what we call flow control, error control, congestion control, and many other services will be provided by this multiplexing, demultiplexing, encapsulation, decapsulation. These are the things. So here we'll talk briefly about the service, and we'll be moving forward to the protocol, other main protocol. Here error control is to, is to detecting and discarding corrupted packets, keep tracking of the lost packet, and discarding the packet, lost packet, or discarding, recognizing the duplicate packet. Just a minute. Buffering out of order packets until the missing packet arrives. Like we are going to use a buffer here in order to store the order of the packets. A buffer is a memory location. So this I will brief it because already we have studied in the module 1 and 2 about the error control of these things. I will brief the things and I will be moving forward to the main protocol here. You will be having an error control from the receiver. So in order to control the error control requires the sending transport layer knows which packet is to be resent, and receiver transport layer knows which packet is to duplicate. So duplicate is when we resend the same packet. When an acknowledgement is lost, when we resend the same packet. So already one packet will be stored at the receiver. So if you get the same type of packet, then a duplicate packet is there. So that differentiation should be done at the transport layer by using a method what we call sequence number and acknowledgement number, what we are going to use. The sequence number we are going to provide by using binary sequence range from 0 to 2 to the power of m minus 1. In this example, we have taken to as a 4, m is equal to 4. So 2 to the power of 4 is 16 minus 1 is 15. So 0 to 15, we are going to talk that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 0 to 6, that is 16 numbers. The sequence will be continued for the sequence number for every packet. From 0 to 15 we are going to give, and the sequence number keeps on continuing. So this is how the sequence number is assigned. Similar to that, the acknowledgement number is assigned. That the acknowledgement number is given to the next. Acknowledgement number is given for the next packet which it wants to receive. So I will show that using a sliding window or by using a diagram we can analyze. Acknowledgement can use both positive and negative signals as an error control, but we discuss here only the positive signal. When the receivers can send an acknowledgement for each of the collection of packets that have arrived, shapes, and tone. It will set a timer that the receiver can simply discard the corrupted packets. If it is reaches with a safe and sound, then it will send an acknowledgement, positive acknowledgement. So if the packet has been corrupted, then it can just discard. And at the sender side, a timer will be set. As the timer expires, so the sender will think that the packet have been lost. So then the acknowledgement is not received. So therefore, a reduplicate of the packet or resend of the packet will be done at the sender. So this is what the acknowledgement will come to role. Acknowledgement will given what certificate for what the packet have been received with the uncorrupted. So that is acknowledgement is used. The acknowledgement in order to send we acknowledgement number or positive acknowledgement can be used. Here the combination of flow and error control. The next concept is we can provide both error and flow control, but we need to use a buffer. So we are using two buffers here. One is at the sender side and the other is at the receiver side. So these two requirements can be combined if you use two numbered buffers, one at the sender and one at the receiver. So we are going to use a buffer. Buffer is a memory location where it will store the packet. For example, you can see here memory location X is there. So there one packet will be stored. So once the acknowledgement has received to the particular packet, that particular packet position can be given to the next packet. If it is not received, then we are going to send, because why we are going to use error control or flow control, why we are using this. If the packet is lost, then we need to resend from the sender. Or the packet is corrupted means we need to resend the packet. So therefore, what we'll do is we will the particular memory buffer location, that is memory location, a packet will be stored. So that packet will not erased, or the packet will not, the position will not come out, because until an acknowledgement is received from the receiver. What the acknowledgement is telling, that acknowledgement will tell that the particular packet has been received safely, correctly. So until the acknowledgement has been received, so the packet is from the memory location, it will not become free. Right. Similarly, at the receiver also you will be having a buffer. So that the receiver buffer is used in order to get an information from the application layer. So whatever the packet we are from the network layer, it gets the transport layer gets from the network layer, that should be sent to the application layer. So once the application layer is processed, from the application layer, once it is processed, so then the particular location can be free, the memory location can be free. So the same thing I will show with respect to the sliding window. We can see here using a 2M modulo 2M method of circle, we can represent a sequence number from 0 to 2 to the power of m minus 1. So here in that we call it a sliding window. Why we call it a sliding window? Because in every packet, how many packets you have sent, so the next packet what you are going to send, so that particular slides will be there. Next slide in this case will be there. If the acknowledgement has been received, so we are going to remove that particular, we are going to free that memory location. So you can see here, I will show you here we have taken an example of 4, m is equal to 4. That is 0 to 2 to the power of m minus 1. M is equal to 4 means 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 16 minus 1 is 15. 0 to 15. So that we have shown in a circle way. So you can see here 4 packets have been sent. In the circle 0 to 15 is there. 4 packets have been sent. That is represented using a blue color. So you can take, I will send this PDF or notes. You can go through this thing. So I will be going a little bit fast here in order to make it, I don't give time to write down the diagram. So you can go through later, try to understand the concept here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, the 4 packets you are going to send. So the next sequence number of the next packet to send. So the sequence number is this 0 to 15 what we are given. The next packet sequence number is what we are going to send. And the first packet first outstanding packet is 0. So in the second diagram, 5 packets have been sent. The fourth packet have been sent. The next sequence number is 5. And here in this case, the sixth packet have been sent. The next packet is 7. Now here you can see the packet 0 has been acknowledged. Window slides. So packet 0 has been acknowledged. So the packet 0, what was there, that packet 0 gets an acknowledgement. So the window will slide from 1 to 7. So it is showing from 1 to 7. So if the acknowledgement has not been got, so then the window will not slide. So in this way, this is why we call it a sliding window. We'll take a particular set of size of the window. In some case, size of the window, or we can take the overall size from 0 to 15. So until we get an acknowledgement, so all the whatever the sequence number what we are using or the buffer what we are using will not be free. Once we get an acknowledgement from the receiver, the particular position can be free. That you can see in the packet. That is the diagram D here. Try to analyze. Okay. So the same can be represented using a linear format. You can see here the same thing is represented with a linear format. So 0 to 4, the first 4 packets have been sent, and then the fifth packet has been sent, and then the sixth and seventh packet, 7 packets have been sent. So in this diagram, packet 0 gets an acknowledgement, so the window will be slided. So the window will be slide to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this way. So if you are using a window size for example, window size may be 2, window size may be 3 or 7 or 15, whatever the window size you are using, depending on that, the sliding often as the window is the normal window, the same thing, the same way it will be slided here. So this is what sliding window. Now based on this, we'll try to analyze with the protocols. Before that, the congestion control, when the congestion takes place means when the receiver has less capacity of processing, but the sender has more capacity to transmit. During that time, the packet what has been sent will not process and it will be waiting at the buffer, or the traffic congestions can take place at the network layer. So due to the low capacity of the what we call the receiver. So during that time, the conjunctions takes place. So we can control the conjunctions by having a what we can have buffer size. If buffer we have, and the queue size if we have, then we can have a control the conjunction. So you can go through this theoretically. All these things have been talked in module 2. The same thing holds here. So now we are going to understand that what is connectionless and connection oriented protocol. So even this I have told in the previous classes in module 2. Connectionless means the packets or the frames in that module 2 I told about the frames are independent to each other. But in this module 5 I'm talking about the transport layer. We are talking about transport layer protocol. When we talk about transport layer protocol, we call the particular messages or packets as user datagram or packets we call. So here we call the packets are independent to each other. So a message, a large sum of message is divided into a smaller packets. So each packet is independent to each other. We don't have error control or we don't have flow control. So that type of connections protocols, we call it as connectionless protocol. And when we have a flow control or error control and each packet is given sequence number, all these things, then we call it as a connection oriented protocol. So the best example is TCP, transmission control protocol is a connection oriented, and UDP is a connectionless protocol. So we'll see about connectionless protocol first, and then we will go with the connection oriented. Connectionless service at the transport layer means independency between the packets. So each packet is independent to each other. Each packet can follow any path. any route when it reaches to the destination. So that is what connectionless means here. Connection oriented means dependency. So each packet will have a dependent, will have particular sequence number and are connected to each other. So we'll try to understand the difference between connectionless and connection oriented. In the connectionless service, the source purpose needs to divide its message into chunks of data of size acceptable by the transport layer. So here the message will be divided into a smaller chunks, which is acceptable to the transport layer. So that we call it as a each packet, and that the transport layer each packet treats each chunk as a single unit without any relation between the chunks. So that is what the connectionless I told. Each chunks will be treated as a single unit without any connection to each other. So when a chunk arrives from the application layer, the transport layer encapsulates it in a packet and sends it. So the encapsulation takes place at the higher layer. So to show the independency of packets, assume that a client process has 3 chunks of message to send to a server process. So now we can see this particular thing by using the diagram. So here the packet should arrive. The packet have been given a 0, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 should arrive, but the packet is reordered here 0, 2, 1, which follows a different path. So here the connections you can see the diagram. Message asked from the client process means it's application layer, client transport layer. So as the message receives from the application layer, the transport layer will send packet 0, packet 1, and packet 2. At the destination, you can see the packet is arrived with the out of range order because message 1, message 2 has come earlier, message 1 has come to the after message 2. So this out of order will be there. So and even the arrangement at the application layer cannot take place this out of order. So you can see here if these 3 chunks of data belong to the same message, the server process may have received a strange message. The situation would be worsened if one of the packets were lost. If the one packet is lost, then the situation becomes that is the message what you have sent will not completely reach to the receiver because the message packet has been lost due to some reason, and the incompletency can take place here. And the above 2 problems will be cleared by using this connection-oriented service. So in the connection-oriented service, the client and the server first need to establish a logic connection between themselves. So first, the client is the source application process. Server is the destination application process, remote host, what you can tell. So they are the application layer. That application layer will take a help from the transport layers of each particular source and destination. So when we are talking here about the transport layer, the clients and servers, so what we are telling is, in the sense, they should have a logical connection. That is what we call it as imaginary connections between source and destination. That we call it as connection establishment. After connection establishment, the data will be sent. After once the data have been sent, so you are going to tear down the connection. So that things happens here. If that thing is happening, then the each packet will be having coordination, that is what in dependency to each other by having a sequence number and acknowledgement numbers. We can have a connection oriented case. You can see here connection open request from the application layer. You can see in this diagram, and then a connection establishment takes place. Once the connection establishment has been taken place, the packets will be coming from the application layer. That is what we call message. So here the message will be encapsulated into a packet. So after packets has been sent, packet 0, 1, 2, the out of order packets will be receiving at the receiver. But here, since it is a connection oriented, the arrangement, the data transfer, the arrangement of the particular sequence will take place. And once the particular sequence has been taken place, the connection teardown will be taken. Once the message has been finished, you can see here the arrow mark. A connection closing request will be sent by the application layer to the client transport layer. So once this message has been transmitted, a connection teardown will take place. So this simple three-step process will take place in a connection-oriented protocol. So based on this only, we are going to talk about some protocols like simple stop and wait protocol, go and end protocol, and selective repeat protocol. So that four protocols we are going to talk based on this connection-oriented and one concept on connection-less source. We'll see in the next concept here. So try to remember here the out of order message will be reordered at the application layer. If the message, if the packet has been lost, then we are going to resend because it is connection oriented. So we are going to resend and we are going to establish a total connection with respect to the source and client, that is client and server, that is source and destination. So the same thing we are going to analyze by using FSM. What is FSM? Is finite state machine. So each machine, each process, how it going to respond to a particular commands or events. So based on that, we are going to represent by using a finite state machine, FSM, what we call. So I will go to the diagram. So using this diagram, we can understand. So FSM for connectionless transport layer means the connection whenever the system is ready established, that is always connection will be established. So both ends are in the established state. So whenever the packet is there, it is capable of transmitting and receiving. So that is connectionless protocol. But in connection oriented, before transmitting, we need to have a connection establishment. After connection establishment, before that, in order to take a connection establishment, we need to have a connection request from the application layer. Once the connection request has been sent, the connection establishment will take place. So once the establishment has been take place, the data transfer can be occurred between the server or client and server, that is source and destination. So once this has been happened, then we can tear down the connection by having a request. The same thing has been represented in this diagram. So you can see here a connection open request accepts from application, send an open request packet to the other end, and next an acknowledgement received from the other end. From that, it will give, that is open wait state. It will wait for an acknowledgement. So after sending an acknowledgement packet from the transport layer, so it is going to have an establishment between that is having an establishment between source and destination, that is client and server. Once the establishment has been taken place, the data transfer will occur. So when both the ends are in the establishment state, so once data transfer has been finished, a request will be sent by the source to the destination for the cancellation or teardown. Once the teardown process has been completed, so once the teardown process, if it is completed, then we are going to from there we get an acknowledgement from the other side. So after that, we are going to have an what we can close the request will be taken place. So we are going to close this one. So this connection teardown will be taken place here. Right. So we'll see about simple protocol. The same what we studied. So this is what how the connection oriented will take place. The same thing is the explanation is given in this slide. You can go through that. And we also will study of some of the protocols. So in the like simple protocol, stop and wait protocol, we studied in module 1 and 2. That is related to the data link layer. At the data link layer, how it acts. But here we are going to talk about the transport layer. At the transport layer, how these protocols will be working. So we'll see about that. In that first case, we assume that of a simplex in the one-way communication, and further we'll talk about duplex, that is two-way communication, full duplex method. So you can see here a simple protocol. First protocol is a simple connectionless protocol with neither flow nor error control. So the first protocol we are studying is about neither flow or error control. So a packet from a application layer, whenever a message is there, that will be sent to the transport layer. So there will be a logical connection. I told you between a process to process connections will be there. Imaginary connection will be there. So a transport layer will, in the sense, it will send to the network layer. All these things takes place, but we are talking about transport layer. At the transport layer, how it will be taken place. The packets will be sent to the network layer through the physical channel. It will reach to the receiver, but from process to process, the communication takes place. So I told in the first class, you need to have a clear picture how the process to process communication takes place and what is the meaning of logical channel and logical connections. You need to understand. That is what I tell. In that sense, you should be knowing the process to process communication. That is, for example, when I give logical connection is an imaginary connection. For example, you order some product in an Amazon. You will be using website and you will order the product. So whatever the product you order, you will be knowing. For example, any book you ordered or any cosmetics you ordered or any food thing or any mobile or something, if you are ordered in an Amazon or Flipkart, whatever the thing, so you will be knowing that you will get a delivery. So that connections will be there. You don't go to the process of delivering message. The process of delivering is it takes a different procedure. What the procedure when you order, the Amazon will divert that message particular order to the particular manufacturer or the whoever the seller is there, to a particular seller it will be given. The particular seller will pack that message and that will be given to a delivery boy. The delivery boy will find the address and it will come and reach you. Right. But you will be knowing that you will receive a message. You will be having a connection between that order and the particular thing. That is what the logical connection. But back end, the procedures will be different. The similar way here. So the both transport layer of the sender and receiver will be having a logical connection. But the procedure of transferring the data will continue with the network layer, data link layer, physical layer, and transmission media and reaches the destination. So it should not be confused with the process to process communication and logical channel or what we talk here. The simple procedure here is the packet what is coming from the application layer will be transferred to the receiver or the transport layer, and from transport layer it will be reaching to the receiver application layer of the receiver. So a simple protocol is used here. By using an FSM, we'll try to understand. You can see here always the transport layer will be in a ready state. Whenever a message comes from the application layer, make a packet and send it. Request came from application layer, make a packet and send it. So it is a loop. It is, you can see. So always it will be at the receiver, it will be in a ready state. So whenever the packet has been arrived, deliver it to the process. Deliver it to the process means deliver it to the proper application layer process. So that is what it is going to do in a simple protocol. So this FSM, you can go through that. It's a simple understanding. So here you can see in this diagram, whenever a request packet message has been come to the transport layer, that transport layer, it will make a packet and that packet will be sent to the receiver. So the server transport layer, it will receive and it will be sent to the process. So same way, the packet when it is coming, it will receive and it will be sent. So this is what simple protocol, what you understood. So now in this protocol, we don't have flow control or error control. Whenever the packet is lost in between, so we will not come to know or we cannot resend the packet. So this is the disadvantage. In order to overcome that, we have improved this simple protocol into a stop and wait protocol. The stop and wait protocol, we set a timer. The procedure, stop and wait. Once you send a packet from the transport layer, the message will come from a application layer process. The transport layer will make a packet and it will send. Once it is sent, it will set a timer. So within the timer, if an acknowledgement is being received from a receiver, so then the next packet will be sent. If the acknowledgement is not received, or in the sense it will think that within the timer, the acknowledgement has been not received, then receive, but then the sender will resend the frame what it has been stored. So therefore, it will keep a buffer until the acknowledgement has been received. So until the buffer it will resend. So at the receiver side, if it is a duplicate packet, then one packet will be discarded. So that scenarios we have already known, we have studied. So we'll see with the diagram. We are going to use the size of window size, sliding window size of one. Only one sliding window we are going to use. So therefore, only one packet can be stored at a given time. So until the acknowledgement has been received, so that window size is one what we are using here. So directly I will go with the diagram. You can see we'll be having a sequence number and acknowledgement number for a packet. What we are sending the sequence number, we are going to get an acknowledgement number. So the S is the sequence number what we are using. S plus 1 is the next sequence number we'll be using. We are going to use only 1 and 2. That is x into x plus 1. We are don't going to use x plus 2 because we are having only one sliding window. So we can use x plus 1 as the sliding window here. So here we can use only x and x plus 1. So in the sense we no need of x plus 2 because only one sliding window is used. So the next packet sequence number will be x plus 1. So the acknowledgement when we received to the particular thing, we will increment x plus 1. After that, we can have a combination of x. So x plus 1, x plus 1. In the case 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, in this way we can have. And the acknowledgement number is the next number what the packet sequence you are going to receive. So we can have three cases. The packet arrives safe and sound at the receiver side. The receiver sends an acknowledgement. The acknowledgement arrive at the sender side, causing the sender to send the next packet number x plus 1. So this x plus 1 packet number is the acknowledgement number here. So we'll see that the packet is corrupted or never arrives at the receiver side. The sender resends the packet after the timeout. The numbered x is resent here. Understood? The receiver returns an acknowledgement. The packet arrives safe and sound at the receiver side. The receiver sends an acknowledgement, but the acknowledgement is corrupted or lost. When the acknowledgement is corrupted or lost, so it will say resend the same X number packet, but at the receiver already X number packet have been received, the duplicate will be there. So so therefore the duplicate will be recognized and it will be one packet can be erased. Now the acknowledgement number is same thing. You can see the sequence we can have is 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. In this way we'll be having modulo 2. Acknowledgement number is the next packet accepted by the receiver. The acknowledgement number always announces the sequence number of the next packet expected by the receiver. If the sequence number is 0, the acknowledgement number will be 1. If the acknowledgement if the sequence number is 1, the acknowledgement number will be 0. So in this way, the next sequence number is the acknowledgement number what we are going to give. The same procedure we studied in the data link layer, that is module 2. The same way we are going to understand. But here we are using a finite state machine. Instead of using X, I am using S as a sequence number. So in the finite state machine, request came from the application, always it will be in the ready state. So make a packet with the sequence number S, save a copy means in the buffer and send it and start the timer. This is very important. The timer will be started. So within the given timer, if the timeout, what happens if timeout means resend the packet in a window and restart the timer. Or if the corrupted acknowledgement or error-free acknowledgement with acknowledgement number not related to only outstanding packet arrived, discard the acknowledgement. If an error-free acknowledgement with acknowledgement number S plus 1 has arrived means, so we are going to slide the window size. Window size, as I told, it will be 1. It will say to the next window, and we are going to resend the packet. We are not resending the packet. We are going to send the next packet. That is with the sequence number S plus 1. So you go through these three conditions, you can understand. Next, at the receiver, first we will see with the corrupted packets arrived. A packet has been corrupted and it has been arrived. Discard the packet. Right. So if the error packet with a sequence number not equal to R has been arrived means, so discard the packet. So it is a duplicate means send the acknowledgement with acknowledgement number R. So if the error P packet with sequence number R has been arrived means, deliver the message to the application, slide the receiver window forward, that is receiver, as I told, we'll be having a buffer at the receiver also when you are using error control and flow control. So the buffer slide will be, the acknowledgement slide will be incremented to 1. So that R is equal to R plus 1 and send an acknowledgement with acknowledgement number as R. So that is how it is going to, we are going to analyze this stop and wait protocol by using a FSM. So the same thing can be represented using linear sliding window. Here 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 in this case the sliding window is there. You start, request, packet will come, start, and the packet has been arrived. So the sliding window will move to the next sliding window. The particular acknowledgement 1, 0, 1 acknowledgement 1 will be received. So that has been arrived. So this is the first message is safely arrived. But in the second case, packet 1 is lost. See, after packet 0, packet 1, because the acknowledgement is 1. So packet 1 has been lost. So the packet 1 will be resent because it will be stored in the buffer. And then for that particular packet 1, you are going to get a acknowledgement 0. The acknowledgement has been correctly occurred. So then you are going to send again a packet 0. Understood that start and stopping timer is also important here. So based on that, you are going to send. Acknowledgement have been lost here, so you are going to send a packet. Send a packet 0. Once it is come to know, then it will discard the packet. So same procedure with the sliding window we are showing here, as we talked with the module 2 data link layer. So you go through that stop and wait protocol. So I will make a and these are the efficiency and this small things you can go through that. So in the next class, I will talk about, I will give this as an assignment. So you can go through this small concepts for pipelining. Go back end protocol, GBN and selective repeat protocol. I will make a record of this and I will send. You can go through this. In the next class, that is Friday or Saturday, I will be taking UDP and TDP, the last concepts of your module 5, that is UDP and TDP.